The Pi phone rumor and the Pi NexusOS Superdevice. From rumor to reality, history is full of impossible technologies that became everyday tools. People once scoffed at the idea of a pocket computer with a touch screen, or of satellites delivering high-speed internet. Yet the iPhone, Tesla's mass-market EVs, and Starlink all began as whispers before reshaping the world. Could today's talk of a Pi phone be another early signal of a paradigm shift? A strategic convergence. If such a phone appears, what would set it apart from any other smartphone? Analysts imagine a Pi NexusOS Superdevice, a platform where finance, communication, and blockchain converge. Picture a handset with a built-in Pi Nexus autonomous banking network, a Pi browser running decentralized apps and quantum-secured transactions, an embedded quantum communication chip, and direct Starlink supernode connectivity, bypassing cell towers and banks alike. Would that make the Pi phone just a gadget, or a global infrastructure node? Quantum links and economic shockwaves. A direct satellite-to-phone connection means no roaming, no middlemen, and near-instant data transfer. Banking, staking, and payments could happen anywhere on Earth, secured by quantum encryption. If millions of Pi pioneers became the new pillars of trust, how would governments or legacy telecoms respond? Some strategists even argue that the governance of Pi's algorithms could carry more weight than a nation's monetary policy. The grand open Mainnet moment. Now imagine the Pi phone debut timed with Pi Network's long-anticipated grand open Mainnet. Cards and banks might feel obsolete. Traditional crypto and even fiat currencies could jolt with volatility. Everyday people would suddenly hold direct power over their financial and communication systems. Would this be a simple product launch, or a historic event capable of nudging the global economy into a new order? A question to pioneers. If the Pi phone transformed from rumor to reality tomorrow, would you view it as just another phone, or as the trigger for the next economic revolution? As a continuation on the Tesla Pi phone, allow me to touch on Pi blockchain, a concept that, if it unfolds as envisioned, could redefine how humanity uses technology. Many people ask, isn't blockchain just a digital ledger for sending coins back and forth? That's how it started, but what happens when a blockchain stops acting only as a ledger and begins to behave like a global computer? Imagine this. Transaction validation becomes computational work. Smart contracts evolve into distributed application processing. Node operators effectively supply CPU power to the entire planet. In this scenario, Pi is no longer merely a payment network. It transforms into a planetary-scale supercomputer. The question then arises, do you still need a powerful laptop or a high-end smartphone to run complex apps? Surprisingly, the answer could be no. The minimal device era. Picture a world where your local device, whether it's a budget phone or a tiny wearable, serves only as an input and output terminal. All the heavy lifting, from AI model training to quantum-level calculations, happens inside the Pi distributed CPU, then streams results back to you in real time. How is this different from today's cloud services like Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud? Those systems are centralized and profit-driven. Pi's model, by contrast, is designed to be decentralized with a built-in contribution and reward system. In simple terms, every person who contributes computing power or network participation also earns a share of the value created. Pi is the first true global operating system. Let's compare. Traditional operating systems like Windows or Mac OS are centrally controlled. Developers create apps that you install and run locally. A Pi Global OS flips that model. Community-built applications run directly on the worldwide distributed processor. Your device becomes merely a portal, not the powerhouse. This inversion isn't just technical, it's cultural. What does it mean when computing moves from local ownership to shared global execution? It means software monopolies weaken. It means the competition shifts away from who owns the fastest hardware toward who contributes the most to the network. The inverted revolution. Consider the broader shifts. Centralized right-pointing arrow decentralize. Communities, not corporations, become the primary builders. Consumer right-pointing arrow producer. Users contribute code, ideas, and computing resources. Hardware competition, right pointing arrow contribution competition. Value comes from participation, not specs. Closed right pointing arrow open. Proprietary dominance gives way to collective innovation. If these trends hold, Pi blockchain could disrupt entire industries, cloud computing, operating systems, even the economics of software licensing. Low-power devices everywhere would gain access to supercomputer-level AI and quantum resources, shrinking the digital divide and expanding global equity. Strategic implications. The stakes are high. Microsoft, Apple, and Google may find their dominance challenged by a decentralized network where anyone can deploy powerful applications without expensive infrastructure. Economies that rely on subscription software could shift toward contribution-based value creation, where the network rewards those who help it grow. Most striking is the redefinition of trust. Instead of placing faith in governments or multinational corporations, authority moves to the collective consensus of the Pi community. Could this reshape geopolitics? Could it empower individuals in ways we've never experienced before? We've moved from the Tesla Pi phone rumor to the possibility of a Pi-powered planetary computer, an inverted revolution that turns legacy paradigms upside down. So here's the final question for you to ponder. If computing, economy, and trust all become decentralized and shared, what new responsibilities will each of us need to accept as co-owners of the world's most powerful operating system?